Yeah, well, that brings us on nicely to that other fixture, the big game of the evening, a battle of the Eagles, the Super Eagles, against the Eagles of Carthage. What a game it was. Nigeria opened with 3 goals, 2 Lookman assists, one of his goals. Then Tunisia put one up on the board with a header as well. Then there was a penalty. I mean, it was just fireworks all round. What do you make of that, Tando?
Especially towards the end, I think Nigeria was found wanting. It wasn't necessarily the Nigeria that we're used to seeing, but we had a conversation with Karim that they tend to be found wanting towards the end of the game, but they never lose. So I think that's the advantage that they do have, is that they hold it down to the wire till the end. It's just unfortunate that they put so much pressure to even go too close to cardiac arrest for the goalkeeper, Nwabali, who was incredible at stopping the shots. But also the same thing that I said for Pandor, you can't have the defense putting all the pressure on the goalkeeper. So I do think that they need to work on polishing and strengthening and solidifying that defense so that they can do better in the upcoming fixtures.
And they looked absolutely dominant in that first half, Nigeria.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think happened?
It was a one-sided game. It was a one-sided game up to the 70th minute, I think, maybe even later on. That's why it's incredible to see how this Nigerian team managed to get into trouble. And it's not the first time. We saw it in the first game versus Tanzania, but we can go back to the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, the game versus Lesotho, for example, where with that last-minute shot from a Lesotho player, and they were on the verge to be equalized at the end, which is like unbelievable. And that was the same tonight. They built on a strong offense. Ademola Lookman, obviously, Victor Osimhen, he tried. First try, nothing. Second try with a header, nothing. And the third one, he scored. So kudos to Victor Osimhen, because we know that he struggled to score in AFCON since the last one, but he managed to do it tonight, and it's going to be very important in terms of confidence for him and for Ademola Lookman. What a game from him, and the third goal was just magnificent. He played like so easily into the box. Even like defenders such as Jean Valery, they couldn't do anything with his dribble. So really, like, they, on the offensive side, Nigeria is strong. We all know it. Yeah. But I still don't understand how they put themselves into those kind of trouble.
But there were still moments where they were kind of in front of the box and they had what looked like an open goal, and they were kind of going, no, you shoot, you shoot. And they were kind of not looking sure of themselves. Do you think there's still something going on with the confidence in front of the goal? What do you put it down to?
I think it's happening with a lot of teams in the African Cup of Nations, which I'm really like gobsmacked at why this is happening, because it's like the pinnacle of African football, and so you expect them to be performing really well. But I think when you bring all these players together, it seems like they lack a little bit of synergy, a little bit of preparation, which speaks to what we were speaking about at the beginning of the tournament, that they had only like 7 days to prepare, if not less, which is slightly less than what FIFA actually allows. And so I think this is starting to trickle down into the quality of the game. But I don't want to say that that's the only thing. Speaking to Karim's point, I think Ademola Lookman, we should look out for him as being player of the tournament, but not only looking at Nigeria as the offensive or maybe lacking in defense, but looking at the opposition. I have something to speak of the North African teams. This weekend, they dominated. We look at Egypt, we look at Morocco, we look at Tunisia. I think one thing that they do is play a mental game. And you can even see it in the highlights. They always have that little thing, like after scoring a goal, and they're like, you know, and it's a real big thing. You know, there's a physical game, but I think if you can tap into the mindset or the minds of the opposition, you finished it all. And I think that's exactly what Tunisia did. They stayed in the game all the 90 minutes, and you could see it in the way they performed right till the end. I think they were deserving of winning, but unfortunately for them, it just had to end the way that it did.